Our stories aim to capture the unique journeys and lived experience of Chinese migrants in Wales. We document their personal story of migration, settlement, and how their life have evolved in Wales. Our goal is to preserve this heritage for future generations and showcase the rich diversity within our community. My name is Shirley Ouyam. I'm the founder and chief executive of Chinese in Wales Association, a charity delegating to support the ethnic Chinese living in Wales. Chinese community quite often keep ourselves quiet and in a low profile. And so there's not many stories captured in the archives in Wales. I hope that we open the door and encourage more migrants and community members to share their experience, because this will be a valuable asset for the future generations to understand their roots.
In Western Glamorgan Archive, when we looked into the record, we looked into the old newspaper, local news coverage. First, very, very small coverage of Chinese. Second, very, very negative coverage. The Chinese seamen committed petty crime, things like that. If there was some positive representation, they kind of being trivialized. They dress in different clothes, they eat different food, they add some flavors to our already perfect society. So that I think we need to treat these people to be regarded as a normal part of the society. And their contribution to the society, their roles in the society needs to be represented accordingly. So I hope the voice from the people will really represent that authentic experience from the generations who chose Wales to be their home.
All the raw materials and photos and memory items will be captured and archived in National Museum of Wales and the People's Collection online platform.
The People's Collection works, I think, in a really special way. It gets out into communities, it builds capacity, it builds trust, and it builds an openness for us as an organisation to be able to work in that really open and welcoming way with different and diverse communities across Wales. And I think it just shares the stories in a way which is much more authentic, and it ensures that we learn as an organisation and we form better partnerships.
我參加呢個文化遺產嘅項目咧，主要都係想幫手保留一下我哋上一代嘅移民嚟呢度，究竟經歷咗啲乜嘢，發生咗啲乜嘢，下一代係未必知嘅。咁但係如果我哋有咗呢個記錄咧，咁我哋當然佢哋如果想翻查或者覽閱啊，都可以睇到原來我哋初嚟嗰時係辛苦過佢而家嘅。
我覺得即係第一次訪問，即係有呢個俾呢個機會我覺得好榮幸，好榮幸嚇，好開心。
I'm nervous. I never done this before, and I was worrying what to say, because personally I don't talk that much, and it's difficult for me to say, and at my age as well, even when you're out there, you sometimes the memory is not so good as it used to be. Yeah.
During the pre-interview that I had with Neil and Fu Sing, I actually left the interview feeling very emotional, very like I hadn't addressed my own struggles until they were asked. And perhaps making this film, you asking me these questions, if my children ever ask them, you've asked them to me, and they'll have a record of just acknowledging that it's not easy. It's not easy to be a second generation born Chinese person in Wales. And I hope that they can take some of those learnings that I have learnt and engage fully in Welsh life.
My name is Fu Seng. I was recruited to be the interviewer and also to recruit the interviewees. I think maybe because of my engagement with the community, and then because they know me well, I think maybe that suited to this role. At first I thought it was very easy, get ready some questions and then ask. Then the challenges we face from the first interview, and then later on I know how to do it better and better in order to get the result or to get the answers that I wanted. Something like that, yeah, to be more tactful but ask in a very open way.
I'm Susan James, and my role is the Our Stories project manager.
We have spoken to business people and entrepreneurs, sports champions within their field, restaurant owners, laundrette workers, those who work in Welsh politics, education, charity work and volunteer.
I say the biggest learning is definitely that kind of confidence in like community engagement. What one of my colleagues talked about with the interviews, she wasn't very confident in maybe going out to people and asking questions, but you know, through the process of learning how to interview, it gave her that inner confidence, and also the style of asking the questions as well. So, you know, a lot of those types of things has been developed by certain individuals because of the fact that they did that role. Like Neo, he's literally set up Our Stories web pages. And it's awesome, you know, and he's never done that before. So everyone has I think, gone far beyond what they originally thought they were going to do. And again, they're all lasting skills that are transferable to whether it's another organisation or for future projects within CIWA.
So I've not really worked on a project quite like this before, with 3 different filmmakers involved, lots of different storytellers, the fact that it was an oral history project, and the fact that a lot of the interviews were in a different language, which made it particularly challenging in terms of filming, but also editing. What this project did really well was that it was able to reach people who would normally not think about being in front of the camera. I know how difficult it is to get people in front of camera sometimes. They don't feel they have a story to tell, they don't feel important enough, they're nervous and they don't want other people to see them. They like to be just hidden away. And so actually just having conversations with them and being able to get them to feel comfortable in front of camera was a great success.
Yes, we've been doing the project for almost a year and a half, but now people are actually knocking on our doors asking, can they be involved in this project? Whilst I would say the first 6 months, people were a bit shy and they were a bit, well, how are you going to use this story? But now people are actually saying, well, I heard this was on display in the museum, or I know of someone that's already been interviewed, or, you know, so they're coming to us. But I think ultimately, this is the start of a wider project.
For me, a successful storytelling is not just about how big achievement, like you are a millionaire or you are a successful politician, but for the normal or ordinary community members, their story is part of the history. It reflecting the migration history and it reflecting the society now we are living. So I believe every single community member's story should be captured before they get lost.